Howdy folks, you're lucky enough to catch me dressed in my finest. And the reason why? Because I'm driving this, the 2022 Lexus NX. Almost an all-new car from the ground up. I say almost because the platform is shared with the Toyota RAV4. Let's forget about that because we're talking about a vehicle that has 4 different drivetrains, and you can have an additional 2 different things on top of that for 2 of the vehicles to make it handle better, like this F-Sport package we have right here. There's a lot to tell you in this video, so stay tuned. We're gonna have a ton of stuff, including pricing, MPG, and most importantly, my driving impressions. You lucky dogs, you get 4 different powertrains available with this vehicle. Now that starts with your base model 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that's shared with the Toyota RAV4. Not exactly the fastest one. That's one of the few powertrains where you can get it either in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and it's your entry-level powertrain. From there, you go to the 350. Now that's your turbocharged goodie, and it is quick. That powertrain is a 2.4 liter turbo. And there's the 350 hybrid. Once again, very similar powertrain that's available in the Toyota RAV4 hybrid. But then there's this, and this is the 450h. This is the one a lot of people are going to be clamoring for because you can plug it in. That setup gives this vehicle really good horsepower, really good torque, and most importantly, really good MPG. Now I bet you're wondering, what is the range on this vehicle? And it does have a range, which is 37 miles. That's up to 37 miles. And this is where you charge it, right over here. That's right, PHEV, boom, plug it in, and you have an 18 kilowatt hour battery in here. Now they moved to lithium ion, which means that you have fairly good weight versus power. By the way, battery's under the seat here. So, what about the back? Come over here. What happens when you opt for a hybrid? Don't worry about the gear back here. Look at this. That's where you keep this shade that I can put over here. And then this, there's the battery. No, actually that is the 12 volt regular battery that's used in the vehicle for balance. Overall, this vehicle still has more cargo room than the former NX. That means you're able to load your little kitties in here with no problem. Up to 14 cubic feet of extra space. All right, so what does F-Sport mean when it comes to the 2 vehicles that this package is available on? Well, it doesn't mean more power. What it does mean, a really snazzy tire and wheel package, and most importantly, suspension upgrades. That makes this vehicle handle much better. Now here's the interesting thing about this NX. You can start at 203 and work your way all the way up to get an extra 100 horsepower. Base model starts at $37,950. That's not too much for what you get because you get a lot, but you do have to pony up a lot more money to get the top of the line plug-in hybrid. At $55,560, you might think that the plug-in hybrid version of this vehicle is pricey. However, if you think about how much a Toyota RAV4 Prime costs, which is about 10 grand less, this makes a lot more sense, especially if you're looking at the interior design, which is fantastic in this car, the comfort, excellent, and the tech. The tech in this car blows me away. And very important, guys, this tech is going to work its way throughout all Toyota vehicles in the future.
All right, well, what you're looking at right now is our 14-inch premium display. Our cloud-based navigation system is quick, intuitive. You can tilt, you can pan, all kinds of different directions and easily recenter.
This thing is massive. Now, there's 2 different screen sizes available, right?
Yes. Well, this is the 14-inch premium that we have, and I believe our standard is a 9.8.
Now, what I'm looking at here, this replaces a lot of the extra components that used to be, hanging around. What else is available on this?
Well, yes, you did notice our HVAC, which is actually on display, easily accessible convenience features, and that you can, of course, minimize and maximize on your screen display. We do have the knobs for your dual HVAC, volume knob is still there,
Yay.
But most of it we wanted to give the customers the ability to interact with the multimedia system using a voice-first approach. So with our assistant and our intelligent assistant feature of Lexus interface, you're able to access all kinds of settings, menus, music, navigation, using your voice to basically control the system.
Is it active right now? Can I say, hey,
Absolutely.
hey Lexus, I want to drive to Disneyland.
I found 10 results. The first is Disneyland Park at Disneyland Drive.
So the question here is, okay, now that we've got all this, there's a lot more that people are doing nowadays with infotainment with their devices and all that. Can you walk me through that?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, a lot of people love their music. They love their subscriptions. So we have a native integration with both Apple and Amazon Music now with your head unit. So you no longer need your phone as a source to pull from. You use it, it's links to your user profile, you carry it with you whether or not you have your phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Another really convenient feature that I want to show you for some people who carry multiple devices. You can actually connect 2 phones at the same time, use them simultaneously, you're never missing calls or text messages. And when you interact with the assistant, you can set a primary device so she knows who or where to send your text messages or phone calls from.
One thing that's scaring me that Lexus is doing is they're looking at the Germans and they're sort of copying them because they're taking simple things and they're making them way too complicated. Here's an example. Door handle. You don't pull it. It doesn't come out. It's digital according to them. So there's a pad in here. You touch the pad and you open the door. Inside the door it's the same thing. Come here. In order to open it, you have to push this. If that doesn't work, let's say you lose power, that's how you open it. Why not just a regular little handle? I bet you're wondering about all-wheel drive. Well, don't worry, Lexus has you covered. And that's because there's 2 all-wheel drive systems. First of all, there's a new 8-speed automatic transmission, but that transmission only comes with the non-hybrids. Those non-hybrids have a mechanical all-wheel drive system. That takes up to 50% of the torque and sends it to the rear wheels when needed. When it's not needed, it disconnects up front, limiting drag and giving you the best efficiency. However, what if you want all-wheel drive with the hybrid? Standard, and it's electrical all-wheel drive, so the power that goes to the rear wheels, there's no drive shaft. All there is electric motor powering the rear wheels when needed. Very simple system. Toyota's been using it for years. Same with the mechanical system, which by the way has been used in the Camry all-wheel drive and, of course, the Toyota Corolla Cross all-wheel drive. One final thing, if you want front-wheel drive, you can get it, but just with the base model. Couple things you guys should know. The 450h, the 350h, the 350, all right? All of them have ridiculous power. They are legitimately fast. I'm really curious to how they'll do up in Colorado because high elevation. But there is one thing. The weight of the steering, here, I'm gonna go through this corner, all right? And I'm just kind of cruising along. The weight of the steering is kind of lifeless. Now, I know I'm driving a hybrid right now. What are you expecting in a sports car? I would like heavier steering personally. Some of you guys may not like that, but it feels almost overboosted and it doesn't feel as connected as other Lexus products from the past. Okay, the F-Sport package, it's not great if you're looking for engine upgrades because there's none. But when you're talking about performance, going around a corner, even though the steering doesn't have a lot of feel, the traction is quite good. Here, cameraman, hold on. I'm gonna take this corner just a little bit fast. And it is surprising to me because I didn't think that this platform, which is the TNGA-K, would actually be able to really hold up and not get all floppy. But it's really, really solid, really planted, and I can go a lot faster than I would normally think in a vehicle like this. That to me is huge. And here's the best part. Yes, this is the F-Sport package, but the regular packages aren't that different. This does have a beefed up suspension, so I can do stupid stuff like this all the time and keep on going. By the way, here we go, really quick. Turning radius, it ain't too bad. Nope. Back in 2014, I came out to Seattle, Washington to drive the first NX, and it was okay. It didn't really impress me as much as this one does, because this, I really like the way it looks. Yeah, okay, argue all you want, that's what the comments are for, but I think it actually is one of the better looking Lexus SUVs. And think about it this way, the RX, which is one of the best selling vehicles in its class, and it's Lexus' best selling vehicle of all, this is second to it. That's right. So when you're thinking about how important the NX is to Lexus, it's extremely important. It's a gateway vehicle. It brings you in. And I honestly think the money's worth it. Thanks for joining me for the Fast Lane Car out here in freezing Arizona. This is Nathan. I'll see you next time.